Paolo's been very forthcoming in submitting to all of our protocols, from medical to personality profiles and anything else that we've asked for. And guys, there's a lot of strategy that goes into the draft. You know, there's a lot of secret keeping, there's a lot of misdirection. Paolo has always expressed a great interest in us, and he's had talked with us at length, myself, Coach Mosley, and various staff members. And so we were super comfortable with the process, and most importantly, thrilled to have him on the team. We feel he's incredibly versatile at 6'10", 250, skill, IQ, multi-positional aspects at both ends of the floor. And I want to say this because I think this is one of the underreported things about Paolo, because of his kind of precocious build, that he doesn't have places to grow. And we just feel like this is a 19-year-old who has so much growth potential. We feel he was the best player in college basketball, and we feel that he will continue to grow every year for many years to come. He's a hard worker, he's incredibly talented, and we are just thrilled to add him to our team.
Okay, at this point, we'll open it up for questions. If you can please wait for a microphone and state your name and affiliation. And just to note, I do have to get Mr. Weltman and Mr. Mosley back to work, so as quickly. Start with Kobe Price here in front row.
Thank you. Kobe Price, Orlando Sentinel. Jeff, Jamal, either one, you can answer this one, both of you can. When exactly did you guys know that Paolo was going to be the guy that you wanted to pick? And, or what happened or was said that made you guys know that Paolo was the guy that you wanted?
Kobe, there's no specific when. You know, these things go over months. I mean, we start tracking these guys, you know, before they even get to college, and we bring in all the information to bear. We meet for weeks and months endlessly. You know, we were here till, you know, midnight last night, and you know, these conversations are ongoing. So there's not a point. Obviously, at some point, I have to go back and weigh all the thoughts and informations, but our staff does an amazing job of thoroughly investigating every possible corner of the player and how the player will affect our team. And then obviously Coach Mosley and I have had several conversations about how this player would impact our team.
Coach Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com. Obviously, you know, Paolo brings tremendous gifts offensively, tremendous size defensively. Just how much, with his flexibility and versatility, are those traits exciting as a head coach to coach a player like that?
No, it's beyond exciting, and I think that's the one thing we've constantly talked about is the versatility and the ability to play, you know, both sides of the ball, guard multiple positions, but also be a great playmaker, decision maker, and he's a giver and a distributor, and that's going to, you know, be a great addition to our team.
Go ahead, Darren.
Darren Stoltz for Swesh 2. Jeff, just to clarify first, sounds like you're happy to have him. You're not trying to trade Paolo?
Right.
Second, just what is to be gained with the secret keeping? You have the #1 overall pick. You have who you wanted. Why the cloak and dagger? What's to be gained?
You never know what's going to come up. You know, you never know what other teams are trying to do behind you. I can tell you that we've had conversations with every team, including those right behind us. And I could kind of flip the question and say, what's to be gained, you know? So to me, I think it's the best way to do business. I think that it's important that people know that information is managed discreetly with us from every corner of this business, from agents to other teams to the media. And obviously, I don't know, you know, when you're playing poker, you don't put your cards on the table, right? So I think that's our take.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Jeff, you said earlier in the week that you didn't want to put the pressure of being a franchise player or a star on a draft pick. Well, out there after he was announced, it looked like the fans think he's going to be a franchise player and a star. What do you say to them about Paolo?
I say that we have the best fans in the NBA, Mike, and I'm so thrilled that they're thrilled, and I think that they should be. I think that, you know, our team got a lot better tonight, and I'm really excited about the direction of our team. I again say, you know, Paolo hasn't played 1 minute in this league yet, and everything that he gets, he's going to have to earn. And obviously he has a tremendous future in front of him. And as Coach was saying, what most excites us about him is the best feature that he brings is he makes it easier for other guys to play. I won't get into prognosticating, his place in the Magic, lexicon when he's all done and hanging him up. But we're really excited about him, and with work and with dedication and with focus and his ability, I think special things can happen.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Jeff. Tim Reynolds with the Associated Press.
Hey, Tim.
We sat in here Monday, and I mean, again, it's been known for months. Whichever way you went, you had three really good options.
Yeah.
Without dissecting A versus B versus C, was there one specific thing where you really just thought, was it a collective, or was it one specific area where you said Paolo is more NBA ready, more Magic ready than any other candidate we're looking at because of this? Was there one specific thing that made him stand out?
Tim, I would say the thing about Paolo is there is no one thing, and that's kind of like the thing about Paolo is that there is one thing, because at 6'10", 250 with guard skills and an IQ and an ability to score and distribute and move his feet in a way that only like wings and guards can do, really. There's just he's just such a multi-positional player, and he so fits today's modern NBA. I'll let Coach Mosley speak more to that. But that's one of the things that the league is looking for, right? Is just how do you guard this guy five positionally? How can he guard five positionally? And you just don't find these guys very often. They're not really out there. And when you say like the most NBA ready, I agree. I think that when you look at his body and when you look at the skill set and the IQ, obviously he's going to have a lot to learn and a lot to work on. But when you look at all that, you say NBA ready. But I think what gets lost in that sometime is the incredible growth that he has as well, because he's 19 years old and he's gonna get better in a whole lot of areas. And I really, to me, just entrust him to our coaching staff, the guy sitting next to me, our performance staff, and all the people in our organization to surround him with excellence and provide him with everything he's going to need to become a great player.
Jamal Wallace said it, and Jeff said that he wanted you to elaborate too. Mm-hmm. Look, we see the smile right now. We saw it when you walked in. It was a large smile. Let's be honest.
Well, that's the thing. And
off the top of your head, how excited are you already to draw stuff up?
From the moment we got the number one pick, you talk about the excitement for the fans, for the organization, for our group in that locker room. It's very and extremely excited for all of them, but just as much as for this young man who gets this opportunity to help be part of a foundation that's being built here. And what Jeff talked about is those attributes he carries are what is going to help us continue to grow and keep laying that foundation. And we talk about not skipping steps and those things, and he is going to be part of that, a big part of that with our guys, and he's going to blend and fit right in. And it's about doing the work, and he's a worker. So that's the one thing that continues to stand out.
Jeff, you mentioned that you felt Paolo was the best player in college basketball last year. With these prospects at the top being so even, it seemed like Paolo, when the lights were the brightest and the stage was the biggest in the NCAA tournament, he was playing his best basketball. How much did that factor in the decision, like that he played for a winning program that went deep into the NCAA tournament, and he was leading Duke from out front, as their main player?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, we pay a lot of attention to that. Guys are different in November than March. We always say by March you're a sophomore. Mm-hmm. And so to watch his trajectory and watch him really from the middle of the season begin to kind of peak rather, and then find that he was playing his best ball when it most mattered, that matters. That matters. And we do feel that as he grows and his body evolves, that he's going to be one of those guys who's kind of built for playoff basketball. You're not going to be able to play him off the court. He's going to be able to elevate his game, and he's going to play both sides of the floor, and he's going to have to work. He's going to have to get here and work, and he's going to have to earn what he gets. But it's just really difficult to find guys who are that size, with that skill set, who can be so versatile, and the intersection of all those things is just very uncommon. You don't get to add guys like that to your team very often. And what they do is they make the game easier for others. And that's the real value of a guy like Paolo.
Okay, final question, Dan Savage.
Jeff, Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com. When you look at the Duke kids, you know, including Paolo, they had to play the whole season with the pressure that it was Coach K's final season and everything that comes along with that. With his ability to handle that and not only perform, but perform extremely well, you know, does that give you confidence that he can handle the pressure that may come along with being a #1 overall pick?
That's a great question, Dan, and we actually did have that conversation. I mean, you know, the #1 pick, right? So, you know, with that, you know, comes an expectation level, and the most important part of that is working to live up to it. And we are confident that Paolo will do that, but I do think it's a great point. I can't imagine too many pressure-packed seasons greater than the one of playing for Duke in Coach K's last season. I mean, we all know what that looked like. And something like that last home game when all the celebrities were at Cameron, and just the amount of pressure that kind of brought about for these college kids. So, look, the NBA is a different animal. The length of the season, you know, the caliber of player, it's a different world. It's a different season. Paolo enters a rookie, you know, but he's been through a lot already. He's been high in his draft class, you know, of #1 by some ratings since he was a kid, and you know he's carried that well. He's lived up to it at every you know stop, and I think he lived up to it last year. And you know, we have every confidence that he's going to work and pour himself into our organization as we will pour ourselves into him, and you know, live up to that.
Okay, thank you.